If you have ever heard of King Mongkut in the stage musical The King and I, Yul Brynner is certainly an extremely familiar face. He played the role 4,725 times on stage and won 2 Tony Awards and later an Academy Award for Best Actor. Standing out with his shaved head, Yul Brynner has created a unique personal brand and is loved by many audiences. However, unfortunately, Yul Brynner encountered the demon of cigarettes, causing his life to be brutally ruined. Don't miss this video if you don't know what happened to Yul Brynner. Let's begin. In September 1983, Yul Brynner faced a dramatic and unexpected turn in his life. It all began with a seemingly innocuous sore throat that, over time, revealed a profound health concern. Brynner's voice underwent a noticeable change, prompting him to seek medical attention. To his dismay, doctors discovered a lump on his vocal cords, a distressing revelation that would alter the course of his career and life. The critical moment unfolded in Los Angeles, mere hours before Brynner was slated to mark his 4,000th performance in The King and I, a testament to his enduring commitment to the role. The test results, delivered with a cruel sense of timing, unveiled the grim reality. Brynner was diagnosed with inoperable lung cancer. Interestingly, while his vocal cords were affected, his sore throat wasn't the primary culprit. The irony of a celebrated actor renowned for his voice, now facing the threat of losing it, added a poignant layer to the unfolding narrative. Brynner's health setback was intricately intertwined with his personal history of smoking. Having started the habit at the tender age of 12, he had only managed to quit in 1971. Despite this significant decision, promotional photos often captured him with a cigarette in hand or a cigar in his mouth, serving as a lingering reminder of the decades-long battle with tobacco. The consequences of this habit manifested in the form of the inoperable lung cancer that would soon demand his attention. In the face of such a dire diagnosis, Brynner's commitment to his craft and the national tour of The King and I took a temporary pause. A few months were dedicated to undergoing radiation therapy in the hopes of tackling the cancer. However, the treatment had an unforeseen side effect. It damaged his throat, rendering him unable to sing or speak with ease. This turn of events marked a profound shift for a man whose voice had been a cornerstone of his success. Despite the challenges posed by both the diagnosis and the side effects of treatment, Brynner resumed the national tour. In January 1985, the nationwide tour of The King and I reached its poignant climax with a farewell Broadway run in New York. By this time, Yul Brynner's health had taken a severe turn, and he was acutely aware that he was approaching the end of his life. In a brave and candid gesture, Brynner chose to address the public about the perilous consequences of smoking, a habit that had cast a dark shadow over his own health. Despite his deteriorating condition, Brynner agreed to an interview on Good Morning America. During this nationally televised appearance, he shared his personal battle with inoperable lung cancer, directly attributing it to his history of smoking. In a heartfelt plea, he discussed the dangers of tobacco use and expressed a deep-seated desire to contribute to the fight against smoking-related illnesses. In a remarkably self-aware and altruistic move, Brynner expressed his wish to participate in an anti-smoking commercial, hoping that his own struggle would serve as a cautionary tale for others. The Broadway production of The King and I, during this farewell run, spanned from January 7 to June 30th of that year. Mary Beth Peil assumed the role of Anna, stepping into the shoes of Brynner's longtime on-stage partner. Brynner, though physically frail, continued to demonstrate an unwavering commitment to his craft. His last performance in this iconic role, just a few months before his eventual death, marked a staggering 4,625th time he had portrayed the character of the king. On October 10, 1985, the world bid farewell to Yul Brynner, an iconic figure in the realms of stage and screen. The cause of his untimely demise was the relentless grip of lung cancer, the culmination of a battle that had become public knowledge during his farewell Broadway run earlier that year. Brynner passed away at New York Hospital, succumbing to the ravages of the disease at the age of 65. In the aftermath of his passing, a poignant finality settled over the theatrical world and beyond. The man who had graced the stage more than 4,600 times as the indomitable King Mongkut in The King and I had taken his final bow. The legacy of a prolific career, marked by an Oscar-winning performance in The King and I and numerous other notable roles, was now immortalized in the annals of entertainment history. Following Brynner's demise, a final act unfolded in his personal narrative. In accordance with his wishes, his remains were cremated, initiating a ritual that marked the transition from life to memory. The ashes of the legendary actor found their resting place in the serene grounds of the Saint-Michel-de-Bois-Aubry Orthodox Monastery. This tranquil sanctuary, situated near Louzet between Tours and Poitiers in France, provided a fitting and contemplative space for Brynner's earthly remains. In a powerful and poignant testament to his commitment to public health, Yul Brynner orchestrated a significant posthumous act aimed at discouraging smoking. In collaboration with the American Cancer Society, Brynner, aware of his imminent demise, crafted a public service announcement before his death. This profound announcement utilized a clip from his Good Morning America interview, wherein he candidly discussed the perils of smoking and expressed a fervent desire to contribute to an anti-smoking campaign. A few days after Yul Brynner's passing, on October 10, 1985, the public service announcement premiered on major television networks across the United States and in other countries. The announcement opened with Brynner's visage, offering a sobering reminder of the toll that smoking had taken on his own health. Directing his message to the audience, he looked directly into the camera, creating an intimate connection with viewers. For 30 seconds, Brynner, in his characteristic gravitas, delivered a heartfelt plea. "Now that I'm gone, I tell you, don't smoke. Whatever you do, just don't smoke. If I could take back that smoking, we wouldn't be talking about any cancer. I'm convinced of that." This raw and unfiltered appeal carried the weight of Brynner's personal struggle, transforming his own battle with cancer into a cautionary tale for others. The sincerity in his voice and the intensity in his gaze conveyed a sense of urgency and regret, emphasizing the irreversible consequences of a habit that had haunted him since childhood. Notably, in one version of the commercial, there was an inadvertent error regarding Brynner's year of birth, incorrectly listed as 1915. Despite this factual discrepancy, the central message remained undiluted. The devastating impact of smoking on Brynner's life served as a stark warning to those who might be enticed by the allure of tobacco. Yul Brynner's early life was shaped by a rich tapestry of cultural influences and marked by the upheavals of the Russian Revolution. Born as Yuli Borisovich Brynner on July 11, 1920, in the city of Vladivostok, his origins were deeply rooted in a diverse heritage. Brynner's ancestry reflected a captivating blend of Swiss-German, Russian, Buryat, Mongol, and purported Roma roots. His given name, Yuli, hinted at his Russian heritage, while the family name Brynner had Swiss origins. The circumstances of Brynner's birth unfolded against the backdrop of a city undergoing significant geopolitical changes. Vladivostok, situated in the Russian Far East, found itself under Japanese occupation during this period. Additionally, the territory was part of the Far Eastern Republic, a buffer state created by Communist Russia. Born into a prosperous Swiss-Russian family, Yul Brynner took his first breaths in a 4-story house on 15 Alutskaya Street, Vladivostok. His family's background was one of privilege and prosperity. The Brynners were landowners and developers involved in silver mining in Siberia and the Far East. The family's residence, a grand 4-story mansion, mirrored their elevated social status. However, the tides of history would soon bring about a dramatic shift in their fortunes. In October 1922, the Red Army, in the aftermath of the Russian Civil War, occupied Vladivostok. This political upheaval proved catastrophic for the Brynner family. Most of their wealth, accumulated through land ownership and mining ventures, was confiscated and nationalized by the newly established Soviet regime. The family found itself dispossessed of their home, a devastating consequence of the revolutionary changes sweeping through the region. Despite the loss of their wealth and property, the Brynner family, including Yul Brynner and his elder sister Vera, continued to inhabit their house under a temporary status. The resilience displayed by the family in the face of these challenging circumstances was a testament to their strength and adaptability. In the later years of his life, Yul Brynner cultivated a playful and enigmatic persona, delighting in weaving tall tales and exaggerating his background for the media. With a mischievous sense of humor, he spun narratives that veered into the fantastical, often claiming that he was born Taiji Khan to a Mongol father and a Roma mother on the Russian island of Sakhalin. The whimsical alter egos he adopted included Julius Brynner, Jules Brynner, and Yul Brynner, adding an element of theatricality to his off-screen persona. This penchant for theatrical storytelling became a hallmark of Brynner's interactions with the press, allowing him to craft a mystique around his origins. In reality, Yul Brynner's true heritage was a captivating mosaic. His father, Boris Yulievich Brynner, was a mining engineer and inventor of Swiss-German and Russian descent. Boris graduated from Mining University in St. Petersburg in 1910, reflecting the family's intellectual and professional legacy. The actor's grandfather, Jules Brynner, played a pivotal role in shaping the family's history. Originally a Swiss citizen, Yul Brynner ventured to Vladivostok in the 1870s and established a thriving import-export company, contributing to the family's prosperity. On the maternal side, Brynner's paternal grandmother, Natalia Yosifovna Kurkutova, added further diversity to the family tree. A native of Irkutsk, she was a Eurasian with partial Buryat ancestry, introducing a layer of cultural richness to Brynner's heritage. Yul Brynner's maternal lineage brought another layer of cultural richness and artistic inclination to his diverse heritage. His mother, Marusia Dmitrievna, born Marusia Blagovidova, emerged from the Russian intelligentsia, embodying a blend of intellectual and artistic pursuits. She dedicated herself to the world of theater and music, pursuing studies as an actress and singer. Marusia was not only a woman of culture, but also, according to Brynner, allegedly had ties to the Russian Roma community, adding a touch of Romani heritage to the family's already intricate background. Brynner's connection to the Roma people ran deep, and he carried a profound respect and admiration for their culture. In 1977, this affinity culminated in a significant honor when Brynner was appointed honorary president of the International Romani Union. This prestigious title acknowledged his advocacy for Romani rights and culture. Brynner's tenure as the honorary president continued until his passing in 1985. The geopolitical shifts of the early 20th century played a significant role in shaping Yul Brynner's familial dynamics. In 1922, with the establishment of the Soviet Union, Yul's father, Boris Brynner, faced the requirement to relinquish his Swiss citizenship. Subsequently, all family members, including Yul, were made Soviet citizens. Boris's work as a mining engineer necessitated extensive travel, and it was during one of his trips to Moscow in 1923 that a pivotal event unfolded. In the Russian capital, Boris Brynner fell in love with Katerina Ivanovna Kornikova, an actress of notable standing. Kornikova was the former wife of actor Alexei Dickey and had been a stage partner of Michael Chekhov at the Moscow Art Theater. Little did they know that many years later, Katerina Kornikova would play a crucial role in Yul Brynner's life, extending a letter of recommendation to Michael Chekhov, urging him to employ Brynner in his theater company in America. In 1924, Boris Brynner took the consequential step of divorcing Yul's mother. Despite this, he continued to provide support for his former wife and their children. As Boris embarked on a new chapter with Katerina, he also adopted a girl, given that his new wife was childless. This adoption would take on added significance in the years to come as, after Boris's passing, Yul Brynner assumed responsibility for his adopted sister, demonstrating a deep sense of familial duty. The complex and emotionally fraught relationship between father and son lingered as a defining feature of Yul Brynner's early life. After Boris Brynner left Yul and his sister with their mother in Vladivostok, the family dynamics underwent a significant transformation. Boris and Katerina briefly resided in Moscow before ultimately settling in Harbin, Manchuria, a region that, at the time, remained under Japanese control. In 1927, Yul Brynner, accompanied by his mother and elder sister Vera, January 17, 1916, December 13, 1967, embarked on a significant chapter of their lives by emigrating from Vladivostok, Russia, to Harbin, China. This relocation marked a transformative period for the family as they navigated new surroundings and sought stability amid the geopolitical uncertainties of the time. In Harbin, Yul and Vera found themselves enrolled in a school run by the Young Men's Christian Association, YMCA, where they pursued their education in a foreign land. This shift in environment laid the groundwork for the young Brynner's adaptation to diverse cultural influences and experiences. In 1930, Yul Brynner's father, Boris Brynner, presented him with a birthday gift that would significantly shape his artistic journey, a captivating acoustic guitar. This instrument became a catalyst for Brynner's burgeoning passion for music, unleashing a cascade of creative exploration. The guitar, paired with subsequent music lessons, would leave an indelible mark on Brynner's artistic development. Guided by his natural curiosity, creativity, and imagination, Brynner's focus shifted toward mastering the intricacies of the guitar technique and delving into the realms of classical and contemporary music. His elder sister, Vera, emerged as a key influence during this period. Trained as a classical opera singer, Vera became Brynner's mentor in the realm of music. Under her guidance, he began a rigorous course of study that would shape him into an accomplished guitar player and singer. In 1933, with the specter of war looming between China and Japan, Yul Brynner, along with his sister Vera and their mother, made a pivotal decision to move to Paris. This relocation marked the beginning of a transformative period in Brynner's life, one that would see the blossoming of his artistic talents and the forging of lifelong connections in the vibrant cultural milieu of the French capital. On June 15, 1935, at the age of 14, Brynner made his debut at the Hermitage Cabaret in Paris. This marked the commencement of his public performances, where he showcased his guitar skills and sang in both Russian and Roma languages. The initial success at the Hermitage propelled him into the Parisian nightlife scene, and he continued to perform at various nightclubs, sometimes accompanying his sister, and presenting Russian and Roma songs. Concurrently, Brynner pursued his education at a lyceum in Paris, where he immersed himself in the study of French. Despite his academic pursuits, Brynner's strong character often manifested in physical confrontations. Known for his involvement in fistfights, he became a recognizable presence within his school community. In the summer of 1936, he took on the role of a lifeguard at a resort beach in Le Havre. It was during this time that Brynner joined a French circus troupe, demonstrating his versatility by training as a trapeze acrobat. However, a back injury sustained during his circus stint led to unbearable pain and subsequent dependence on narcotics. This phase of his life marked the onset of a challenging period. In an unexpected turn of events, Brynner's encounter with the dark world of drug addiction took a fortuitous twist when he met Jean Cocteau, a prominent figure in the Parisian artistic scene. Cocteau's introduction opened the doors to a circle of luminaries, including Pablo Picasso, Salvador Dalí, Marcel Marceau, and Jean Marais. This eclectic and bohemian milieu became an influential backdrop that shaped Brynner's future endeavors in acting, directing, and producing. By 1937, Brynner's attempt to manage spinal pain with opium and other drugs had escalated into a full-blown struggle with drug abuse. At the age of 17, he became a drug addict, prompting his family to intervene. Seeking treatment, Brynner spent a year in Lausanne, Switzerland, where he received care at a clinic for drug addicts and Lausanne University Hospital. His aunt Vera Dmitrievna Blagovidova Brynner, a trained physician, played a crucial role in supporting his recovery. Undergoing hypnotherapy and comprehensive treatment, Brynner emerged from the Swiss clinic free from illicit drug use. This pivotal experience left a lasting impact on his health, steering him away from the grip of addiction. While Brynner successfully overcame his drug dependency, a new challenge emerged: cigarette smoking. Despite quitting drugs, his addiction to smoking gradually deteriorated his lungs and negatively affected his health later in life. In 1938, a new chapter unfolded in Yul Brynner's life as his mother received a devastating diagnosis of leukemia. Faced with the urgency of her medical condition, Brynner and his mother temporarily relocated to China in the hope of finding assistance from his father, who continued to provide support for the family. In Harbin, Brynner's father, Boris Brynner, had established a lucrative trade business and was living with his second wife, the actress Katerina Ivanovna Kornakova, an ex-member of the prestigious Moscow Art Theater. Katerina Kornakova, recognizing Brynner's potential, became an unexpected mentor by providing him with his first professional acting lessons. Drawing from her experiences at the Moscow Art Theater, she instructed Brynner on scenes from her repertoire, guiding him on vocal modulation and body language. During these lessons, Katerina Kornakova introduced Brynner to the fundamental principles of Konstantin Stanislavski's School of Acting and the innovative ideas of Michael Chekhov, the founder of his own acting school. This exposure to acting theory and technique opened new horizons for Brynner, elevating his artistic aspirations beyond his previous role as a circus acrobat. Initially, Boris Brynner had envisioned a management position for his son within the family business. However, after witnessing Brynner's acting lessons and observing his genuine happiness in the craft, he reconsidered. Katerina Kornakova, recognizing Brynner's intellectual and physical prowess, recommended him to study acting with her former partner, Michael Chekhov. This recommendation, coupled with the support from both his father and stepmother, fueled Brynner's confidence and determination to pursue a career in acting. With the encouragement and blessings of his family, Brynner embarked on a journey that would redefine his life. Armed with a letter of recommendation from his stepmother and financial assistance from his father, he set his sights on studying acting, and by doing so, embraced a new sense of purpose and possibility. This pivotal moment marked the turning point in Brynner's trajectory, steering him away from a predestined path in business toward the pursuit of his passion for the performing arts. However, amidst these burgeoning aspirations, the backdrop of his mother's worsening health loomed large. Her illness demanded specialized medical treatment available only in the United States. In a testament to his devotion and familial responsibility, Brynner embarked on a long and arduous journey across the world, accompanying his ailing mother to seek the medical care she desperately needed. In 1940, armed with limited English proficiency, Yul Brynner and his mother embarked on a life-altering journey to the United States. Boarding President Cleveland in Kobe, Japan, they sailed across the Pacific Ocean and arrived in San Francisco on October 25, 1940. Their final destination was the bustling metropolis of New York City, where Brynner's sister Vera had already established herself. Vera, a talented singer, later achieved success on Broadway in 1950, starring in The Consul, and made a mark on television in the titular role of Carmen. In subsequent years, she shared her expertise by teaching voice in New York. During World War II, Brynner found himself contributing to the war effort in multiple capacities. With his fluency in French, he worked as a radio announcer and commentator for the U.S. Office of War Information, broadcasting messages to occupied France. Additionally, he lent his voice to the Voice of America, transmitting messages in Russian to the Soviet Union. Simultaneously, Brynner pursued his passion for acting in Connecticut, studying under the guidance of the Russian actor Michael Chekhov. In a testament to his multifaceted abilities, he also took on roles as a truck driver and stagehand for Michael Chekhov's theater company. The connection to Michael Chekhov was established through the recommendation of Brynner's stepmother, Katerina Ivanovna Kornikova, who had been an acting partner of Chekhov at the Moscow Art Theater. By the age of 21, Brynner had amassed a wealth of international experiences, traversing continents and immersing himself in diverse cultures. These extensive travels undoubtedly played a role in shaping his worldview and artistic sensibilities, contributing to the rich tapestry of his creativity. In 1941, Brynner showcased his musical talents as a singer and guitar player at the renowned Blue Angel Club in New York. It was during this time that he crossed paths with the legendary Marlene Dietrich. Despite a significant age difference, Dietrich was 40 and Brynner was 21. Their relationship blossomed into a mutually beneficial connection. This encounter marked the beginning of a lifelong friendship between the two iconic figures. In 1943, at the age of 22, Yul Brynner took a significant step in his life by becoming a naturalized U.S. citizen while residing in New York. His talents as an actor and radio announcer had already begun to gain recognition in the bustling cultural landscape of the city. However, more than 2 decades later, in June 1965, Brynner found himself making a difficult decision at the U.S. Embassy in Bern, Switzerland. He renounced his U.S. citizenship. This surprising turn of events was prompted by a complex set of circumstances related to taxation and residency. Brynner had lost his tax exemption as an American resident working abroad, and he faced the daunting prospect of substantial tax and penalty debts imposed by the Internal Revenue Service, IRS. The issue arose because he had exceeded the permissible duration of his stay in the United States. Faced with the financial burden that awaited him, Brynner made the difficult choice to renounce his U.S. citizenship, a decision that held profound implications for his personal and professional life. The act of renouncing his citizenship was not only a practical response to a challenging financial situation, but also a symbolic departure from a country where he had established a significant portion of his career and personal history. In 2006, Brynner's son, Rock Brynner, delved into the family's history and his father's legacy in the book titled Empire and Odyssey: The Brynners in Far East Russia and Beyond. This comprehensive exploration shed light on the Brynner family's roots, especially their ties to Far East Russia. Notably, Yul Brynner maintained a connection with Vladivostok, the city of his father's birth, and regularly returned for the Pacific Meridian Film Festival, showcasing a commitment to his heritage and the cultural intersections that defined his family's history. What do you think about Yul Brynner's cigarette addiction and his not-so-easy life? Leave us your comments in the section below. We hope you have found this helpful video. Don't forget to leave a like, share, and subscribe to the channel if you like it. Thank you for watching this and see you in the next videos. Goodbye.